No, Ivory. Okay, hello, this is Billy Bob, and, well, this is probably the last time you're gonna hear me say that. Unless you rewatch one of my old videos, or watch one of my old videos that you haven't seen before. Wow. So this is gonna be what if Deku gets, well, isekai'd, or gets transported to another world. I have no idea what to call this. So, pretty much, the changes at the beginning are I am going to do the triplet thing again. I don't know why, but I've actually liked doing that. But in this one, Inko's going to be nicer. Well, it's going to be very nice. But his siblings are still going to suck. Well, his siblings are going to suck. So, pretty much, another change is, well, Deku kind of realized after he was deemed quirkless that he's probably not going to be a hero. But he still wishes for it, but it's not going to happen. He's realized that. So he kind of gets old animes and a bunch of other animes and everything, and he just starts like he becomes like an anime fanatic. He doesn't clean out of his room ever, except to go to school. And his siblings are very much okay with it because they see Deku less. But he's pretty much tortured at any other time. So now comes the day when Bakugo said to jump off the roof and like you will and pray that you got a quirk in your next life. So Deku in this one is going to actually take that advice. He will, and like in the like he was thinking about it for a while, and then he found out that his favorite anime got canceled, and his teacher just assigned him homework, and just whoop, jumped right out the window, right then and there. I know that sounds horrible and everything, but I have no idea. I could have just done. I could have done. He was killed by the sludge villain. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have to keep it the way it is. What should I do? Okay. So, pretty much, he is set before. Well, he's just in this waiting room, kind of like how in like The Good Place, like that waiting room at the beginning. He's kind of in a room like that, but half of it, the room is just entirely gray. And they could just kind of hear the little bell ring. And there's this guy sitting at the front desk saying, Izuku Midoriya, please come check in. We'll go in, the evaluator is going to see you now. So he goes into this room, and the person says, "Oh, hey, I'm just gonna call him Carl." Go. Ow, do not poke me with the stick. Okay. No, stop. Stop poking me with the stick. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. Now please go.
No.
Go fetch. Go get it, puppy. Go get it. Now, if you ever have younger siblings, just throw a stick and make him act like a puppy. They'll think it's a game and they'll just leave you alone. Best advice I can honestly give. Oh, you want me to throw that stick? Okay. Go get it. Okay, now. Okay. Go get that stick I just threw. Okay, fine. There. Okay, now back into the what if. So, this really awkward looking guy with big sunglasses and pretty much like that stereotype awkward nerd. That's pretty much what this guy looks like. Like 90s stereotype awkward nerd. That. So, and he has like a really voice crack. Oh, like his voice cracks a lot. I'm trying to do my best. Hello, and welcome to the afterlife. That was the best I could do. I'm not gonna do that anymore, unless you all want me to in the future. If it ever brings it back up again. Okay, so he just explains, that he's in the afterlife, and he's gonna be judged by his good or bad actions. And he's kind of looking through Deku's file, and sees that Deku didn't really do any good in his life. He didn't really do any bad either. He kind of lived like a complete life of a shut-in. So the guy was just wondering what he could do. And then he got to the file where he saw how he was deceased. Well, how he died. It's like, okay. So the guy goes, you have 3 options. 1, you can go to hell. Deku says, no. The second one is you can be an administrator like me. You can pretty much judge where people go. But you work for all of eternity. No, pretty much, you just stay here for all of eternity, judging everyone. Deku said, do you get any breaks at all? The guy said, no, there's no real breaks. Though you can sometimes play video games on your desk while you're evaluating someone. And Deku said, oh, that's cool. And then Deku just kind of heard a few noises coming from the computer. And he just looked over. And Deku just kind of leaned in to look at the computer. And then Carl was watching Pokemon. So Deku just kind of had like an awkward face. And just thinking, really? The guy just kind of laughs a little bit. And says, oh, okay. So your third choice is to reincarnate you into another world. And Deku went, really? the guy said, yeah. It was popular. It was popular for a time. Like, but then we actually had to start talking about the risks and everything. So, and then Deku said, okay. Just tell me everything I need to know, and I want to be reincarnated into another world. And the guy said, okay. Now, the entire time, Deku was kind of not listening. But the dangers, he was just thinking, I wonder how the other world's gonna be like. Well, he's just thinking about everything. And this is when okay. So he's just thinking about all the other animes and like thinking, and he thinks, I wonder if my life is gonna suddenly become, if I'm suddenly become this overpowered beast. I'm gonna be overpowered from the start, beat everyone. And he thinks, or maybe I'll start off really weak and everyone's gonna make fun of me, and all of a sudden I become the strongest person ever. And Dick is like, yes, maybe that. And he thinks, maybe I'll have a comedy adventure. He's just thinking about all the possibilities. And then he just kind of snaps back to reality. And the guy says, okay, let's choose, like, what gifts you'll have. Deku says, oh, okay. So the guy says, okay. So everyone gets everyone can get 2 magic types. And so, and the guy said, one of them is optional, the other one is based on race. And the Deku says, okay, he kind of thinks for a while, and he goes, I'll go with lightning. The guy says, okie dokie, lightning. Okay, next, choose the race. And, Deku chooses, he's going through all of them. He looks over, beast. He sees beast types, human, elves. He scrolls down. He even sees demigod. He sees dragonborn, which is a half human, half dragon. He even sees half human, half unicorn. Basically, any mythological animal, there's something that's half that. And the beast shields have subsets where they can be almost any animal. Apparently, some people can be born as a narwhal. And Deku just gets excited about that. He doesn't know why, but just the fact of being like a narwhal kind of makes him think, ooh, that's pretty cool. This is when he gets to the bottom of the book. And he sees this little bit that was kind of blacked off. Deku kind of starts removing it a little bit of the black ink on it. He's been trying to remove it, and he kind of sees the words on there saying demon. Do not mind the do not mind the back. Please don't mind them. I cannot talk. Sorry about the background noise. Is what I'm trying to say. So Deku, he will. I have no idea what I want to do now. Okay, I think I've got an idea. So, I kind of trailed off there for a second, kind of forgot what I was going to do. So now I remember. So he's about to choose demon. Carl says, "Do not pay attention to a word I said. I warned you specifically not to choose that one." He said, "Why? What's wrong? Are they not powerful?" And Carl says, Yes, they're very powerful." And then Deku said, "Okay, I choose that one then." Clicks on it, and then he's kind of like he's like filling this all out on a tablet, and he kind of clicks the option. And once you click on something, you can't go back on it. I'm just gonna say, instead of like the black ink on it, like I said earlier, it was just blacked out. Like they're not allowed to remove the option, but they kind of highlighted it in black to where he couldn't see it. But if you highlight it, you know how like if you hold and click and then you do it fine. If you highlight something, not like how I said before, like you can pretty much, he found a way how to see what was underneath, like what was on there. So he found demon, and it clicks that, and moves on to the next question, and you can't go back. And Carl was like, "Oh no." And then he said, "Did you not pay attention to anything I said at all?" Like I said, it's kind of got a little red and said, "No." And then he started filling out the rest of the questions while the guy was explaining. And so far, and he's like saying possible death and everything. No, Ivory. And he just said possible death. Deku kind of already knew this. And then he was told about the leveling system. And Deku was paying attention more closely to that part. Everything else he was like half listening to. This is when the guy gets to the demon part. He says that all the races live in harmony except the demon. He says wherever you go, like there's barely any demons left. He just says anywhere you go, you're just gonna be bad. Deku said, "Oh no." I think I said, "Yeah." I have no idea. Okay, so Deku, he begins. I don't know what he begins to kind of freak out a little bit. He's kind of explaining, because Carl was kind of explaining all the downsides to being a demon, and his very little high-pitched voice cracking way. I could do the voice again. Ready? I'm gonna do it. Skip ahead like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it. 3, 2, 1. Don't say to me, demon. And that's the voice. Deku is very just does not like this guy. So Deku finished the last of the questions before, whereas Curl said, if you die, then if you die without defeating the Demon King, then you can't go back to Earth, and you'll spend the rest of your life in eternal torment. And Deku said, oh, fun. By the way, the Demon King rules all the monsters. Like he's one of the last demons. Deku goes, oh great. Right as he finished all the questions, he was sent to his new world. Now, then when he gets there, he goes to check how many abilities he has and all the gear he has. He has the clothes he died in. He has, which is a green hoodie and with the school clothes. He has a green hoodie and his school clothes. And then he has a broken dagger. Dick said, okay, fun. And he notices also in his inventory how much money he has. And he has 1 silver. So, but he looks through his skills and he sees level 1 lightning. And his attributes, it's level 1 lightning, level 1 darkness. And he goes through looking at all of his other skills. Level 1 mana manipulation. And pretty much just looking at everything. And it appears that everything levels up individually. Like, so he could he could continuously practice something, and he'd get better at it. Like, he would level up. So, Deku thinks, this is neat. So as long as he just trains hard enough, then he can pretty much do whatever. Now, he starts to begin his training. He has a mini map, and he has a quest marker on it saying join a guild, and it has 14 different guilds listed there. He goes to this one, and at first they're all really nice to him. Because Deku has his hood on. And they ask him to take his hood off so they can take a picture of him for his guild card. Deku said, okay. He takes it off, and he has one horn on his head that looks like, oh shoot, what was his name? Hellboy? Like he ate his horns, but it's a little bit longer and it's not as shaven off. So it's like that. He has one horn looking like that. One of his eyes are red. And he has some fangs. the girl just immediately asked him to get out. So we tried the next guild, and the same thing happened. And he's pretty much going through every guild in town. Until he gets to this one final guild, and it looks run down as heck. I don't cuss. Saying hell isn't cussing. Unless you say it in a certain way. If you're mentioning the place, then it's considered cussing. If you don't mention the place. Okay. So, I don't know. Could I do? So, Deku, he gets to this one final guild, and it's really run down. This old guy is running it. And he don't pick that up. And he just says, "Welcome to the I don't know what I should name the guild. If you have any suggestions for the name of the guild down below, please say. And yeah. So Deku asks if he can join, and the guy just kind of celebrates a little bit, and then he asks Deku to take off his hood so he can do the stats plate. He takes off his hood a little wearingly, and the guy sees his horn and red eye and fangs. He says, "Oh, you're half demon." It doesn't matter. You're one of 3 members anyway. We really need the money. And then he kind of just gives Deku a plate and says, gives that, and pretty much tells Deku to come to this other room so he can measure like all of his level and get it onto a plate. So that way everyone can see, because people level up in the world, like they have a general power level, but they don't have like a actual leveling system. Like the leveling is just to see what someone's power level is. And he says, "Okay, only level 1 right now." That's fine. And Deku, he looks at Deku's special abilities. Like there are abilities that are unique to one person, or like someone has had before but is really rare. This is when he sees just question mark, a bunch of question marks completely taking up the attribute thing. And pretty much whenever he looks at it, like it's like how pretty much you look at the stone and it has a little bit of engravings on it, and once you put a little bit of magic power into it, you can see all of the, like, it pretty much appears like a screen. And he's in the attribute section, and he just keeps on scrolling down, but it's just like an endless thing of question marks. Until he gets down to like until he gets 4 pages down. And it just says error, 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 error. And then he just kind of closes that special attribute slab and says, "Well, that's weird, but can't complain." And then he just gives Deku his plate and says, "Go out there and make some money." And Deku says, "Okay." So it goes right outside the town. And this town's pretty well protected. But because of that, like, the guards don't really use their time killing the low-level monsters. They only kill the big threats. And even if they go in, they don't even go into the city anymore. But slimes can be a pest for farmers. Sorry, my brother fell off his bike. So. I don't know what I do. I said a lot. Okay. Deku, he just kills slime for a good hour. No. And he makes it up to level 3. But he's just mostly just been killing slimes. He hasn't looked at his points yet. Now all the stuff, he hasn't learned how to use magic yet. So he hasn't used it yet. You okay? Hold on. Okay, so my brother may have accidentally thrown some poison ivy. So, woohoo. Told you to stay away from the ditch. So, Deku, he's trying to learn. When he gets back, and he tells the guy that he's leveled up a little bit. But yeah, I was going to tell you his stats before leveling up. So before leveling, his stats were strength 10, vitality, which I think is health, endurance, and defense all combined. Yes, it is. That is 20, speed 15. Wait, no, dexterity was endurance, and I'm gonna say perception is in there too. So dexterity is going to be 12. He looks at MP, and it's 10. He says, okay. Is stamina, which certain skills take up stamina. And it pretty much just kind of tracks his stamina as well whenever he's running. Like, it shows his exhaustion. But there's ways how he can regain it faster than a normal person. And I'm gonna say that's 20. 15 is an average person. He's sent to another world, so he got an extra bonus. So an average person in a regular world, is 10. He is 15. Woohoo. Now, after leveling up, there's 2 ways. Well, actually, there's 3 ways to increase a stat. 1, have a skill that boosts that. 2, is have the ability. Well, second one is training. If you train in a certain way, your stat can increase. A certain stat can increase. Leveling up is the fastest way to do it, though. Leveling up can sometimes grant you skills, and also gives you 20. I'm gonna say in every 5 levels, it gives you an extra 10 points. But he has 5. He gains 5 points per level, and he can put it in whenever he wants. And he just... And all monsters, after they die, they drop something. Slimes, they drop, like, 1 copper. So, Deku, he officially has 12 copper. Amazing. By the way, if you want to know the ratio, 200 copper makes up 1 silver. And he just paid the silver to join the guild. 100 silvers equals 1 gold. So, what should I say? I got. So, Deku, he keeps on working on, but he just decides to spend a day training instead of taking any more quests, because the slimes were pretty hard to beat. He spent an entire day defeating 12 slimes. If you want to know where he slept meat, the guild automatically gives it to him. You guys give it to him. So he spends that day trying to learn a magic attack. And this is when he learns what is it? Okay, I'm gonna say he learns just a simple lightning bolt. He's able to use a lightning bolt. It takes up 5 MP, and he only has 10. After an entire day of training, though, he manages. Well, it takes. Well, he also has an intelligence stat, and it's 1 minute per every MP. And that's how his thing happens. So he decides to spend his points in. He has 5, so he spends 3 in he has 10, because he leveled up twice. He spends 5 in. He spends 5 in intelligence, 3 in strength, 2 in speed. So he thinks he's done pretty good today. So he goes out and decides to do a quest. This quest is to kill 3 dire wolves. He takes it off the board and sees it pays 2 silver. Deku thinks this can be a really well-paying thing. He gets into the wolves where the dire wolves were said to be. He gets to them, and pretty much all he remembers from then is waking up back in the... What's it called? Oh, he just wakes back up in the guild. The old man said that he had someone follow him because he found that the dire wolf quest was taken. And you should have looked at the difficulty rating. Deku looked at it and said level 10. Well, difficulty rating level 10. The guy said, just yesterday you were level 1, so you shouldn't be taking on that. Deku said, never mind. That's where I'm going to leave this video off for now. Till next time, goodbye.